Hello everyone, in continuation of the discussion about the topic discipline in the classroom, I will be the one who will continue to discuss it. So before, the previous reporter mentioned the two approaches or the strategies to discipline in the classroom. So the two other approach are the following. First, when children break the rules, it is better to talk to them in private, individually if only one child is involved, or in a small group if there were several children involved. No matter how a teacher carefully teach positive behavior, students will still sometimes misbehave. They'll break or forget rules, their impulses will win over their self-control. But you as a teacher, for instance, if a student break a rule, it is much better to talk to them privately to address this kind of issue. For the reason that public scolding only humiliates children and damages their self-concept. So it will embarrass the students to their classmates, which will cause them to become reclusive and avoid any further participation in class. This is similar to the public evaluation of children's work, which is also not advisable for the same reasons. So we should not use shame or any violent acts when disciplining students. In responding in this kind of issue, one of the most important things to keep in mind is to address it. It will be more helpful if the consequences of misbehavior are related to the misdeed rather than simply scolding a child in an emotional way. For example, if a child mishandled a book or learning material in what appears to be deliberate carelessness rather than an accident, it is better to ask the child to repair the material if it can be repaired, or try to replace it if it is at all possible. You may also choose to withhold the privilege of using the particular material for several days. These are related to logical consequences that help children learn and remember certain lessons. So, as what I've mentioned from the example situation, logical consequences, which is one of the strategies a teacher can use in responding or to stop misbehavior while helping children see and take responsibility for the effects of their actions wherein they can learn a lesson. Second, positive reinforce what the children do correctly or well. So this approach is the most effective approach to discipline. A positive reinforcement involves rewarding a child with something good or pleasant as a means of reinforcing a certain behavior. As an illustration, if a student performs well on a test, the teacher might add a sticker and a motivating message to the graded test to emphasize the effort the student put into their studying. Children are more likely to repeat desired behaviors if they know these are rewarded by recognition and praise. So, as we all know, ang mga bata baya is ganahan jud sila og mga anak like i-praise bitaw sila sa ilang teacher because they do well. So these things will motivate them to work hard and will increase their self-confidence. Emotional arbitrary approaches to dealing with misbehavior often distract children from the issue. If frequently experienced, they can only get in the way of healthy student-teacher relationship based on fear or resentment and thus avoidance rather than genuine respect. Dealing with students in an emotional and arbitrary approach really can negatively affect students. Once ganingan makahimo og mistake, misbehavior or makabreak og rule baka ang mga bata, it's better that we should talk to them in private because scolding or calling out students in front of the class can only breed resentment and further indiscipline that will resulted na mawala ang respect. Rather, ask the students to see you after the class or the lesson. So a classroom brings together all sorts of students, both well and badly behaved. So it cannot be avoided that there are students who are hard-headed. And as a future elementary teacher, we need to have a very, very, very long patience for this kind of students. Let us be a good role model to them and usher them back on the path to good behavior. Positive climate in the classroom that is based on mutual respect between students and teachers is the key to discipline and effective classroom management. The connection between students and teacher is just one aspect of mutual respect in the classroom. Students treat each other properly when there is mutual respect. As a result, there is a greater learning in the classroom since students are motivated, safe, and of course, respected. A final note about discipline. So children learn best from the examples that adults provide. So children, specifically those who are at a very young age, can learn and imitate the behaviors by watching and listening to others, which is called observational learning. So ang mga adults plays a significant role in modeling children's development. That's why it's important to discipline and guide them to proper behaviors. The teacher is the most influential role model in the classroom. So, provide appropriate behaviors that he or she wants to learn. If a teacher provides examples of appropriate behaviors that he or she wants children to learn, this will send the most powerful and effective messages. Teachers are key role models who can influence attitudes, values, and behaviors of their learners. So, teachers should serve as a positive role model, like to inspire children to live meaningful lives. The ultimate goal of classroom discipline is self-discipline. So for children to eventually be able to control his own behavior through effective discipline enhances a child's self-esteem and self-control. Self-discipline can only be based on respect for others, knowledge and understanding of what is right and wrong, and the conviction to behave in such a way that these are reflected. Investing in classroom management and discipline strategies that develop individuals who are competent, considerate, and truly respectful of others is a lifelong investment in human beings who know how to live well with other human beings. Therefore, the most fundamental virtue required for success in life is discipline, which goes beyond morality. Without discipline, it is impossible to achieve one's goals in life. Discipline, however, does not come easily or quickly. This quality takes time to develop, and early childhood is the ideal age to start learning discipline. Because of this, schools are essential for instilling discipline as well as developing socially competent people. So, that's all about my report. Thank you.